Guys, what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is the standard markup language for creating web pages. So what is Hypertext Markup Language? Here markup means a text between a tags. We have already seen p tag has some text, right? So text between a tags, that's what we call the markup language. Hypertext means every page has some more links, right? If you are in the home page, the same website has some career page, etc, etc. So many pages are included. That's how we can called as hypertext. The second point, HTML is the standard markup language for creating website. Obviously HTML used to creating a websites. HTML describes the structure of web page. In earlier video we have seen HTML has HTML tag, body tag and header. That's how the structure look like. HTML consists of a series of elements. Obviously you can notice that within body tag we have bunch of other tags. HTML element the browser, how to display the content. Yep. Every language has a compiler to understand the language, correct? But here browser can read the HTML page, but mind you, browser is not a compiler. You know HTML is markup language. I mean, you are just defining how things are displayed. You cannot actually perform any mathematical operations through HTML. Yes, browser is certain something similar to compiler, which will identify the various tags and display them accordingly. What the browser does is search for various tags in the HTML file. The way to display the tags in written inside the browser. I will explain these things with some proper example. This is basic HTML file. We all know if we want to create a website, that's only we can do with HTML, right? So bunch of HTML pages convert to a website. Here I will explain each tag line by line. So we know HTML introduced on 1993. First one will be doc type HTML. What is doc type HTML? Do we need this? Yes, because doc type asterisk doc type denotes the HTML belongs to HTML5. We have seen many HTML versions available: HTML1, HTML2, HTML3, HTML4, HTML5. In latest version HTML5, they have introduced many semantic tags like section, some other things. So we need to mention the doc type so browser can quickly recognize this belongs to HTML5. Otherwise it will show you a quick method which is later older format website. It's not look like good. So we need to mention the doc type. Another one is HTML. Yeah, this is the root element for web page. You have to mention to start the web page through HTML tag. Here you can see lang n. Lang means a language which is usually not helpful for you. This is for only screen reader purpose. Screen reader means blind people cannot read the website, right? So some kind of software directly read the entire website from top to bottom. So for the screen reader software, we need to mention which languages belongs to our website, right? That's why we have mentioned the language. You can mention the language separately. So this p tag only for English, like this. This is why we need the language. Another one is header. Header has some bunch of data. It's not serving purpose. It's like a configuration for our website. Take it example, meta character set UTF-8. Meta character set. Character set is nothing. We have a bunch of symbols in the worldwide, right? For dollar symbol, for Indian money we have a separate symbol. Likely it's 1000 symbols are available, right? So these all symbols are supported by UTF-8. So we have to mention the UTF-8 in meta tag. Otherwise it's showing like some boxes instead of the actual symbol. Okay. Meta IE compatible IE Edge. This is only because this is only for Microsoft. It's not by IE equal to Edge. We can move the IE is equal to 7, 8. This is an actual IE browser support. If you didn't mention this, the IE Edge is a latest one. So we just telling that take this the latest IE browser. If you didn't mention it, it's take IE7 or IE8, which is not supporting many things, especially Flux. Flux is not supported by IE7, so your entire website will start collapsing. That's why we need to mention the IE latest browser. This line only for IE browser. Other browser have no problem with it. Meta viewport. Viewport is nothing. We have to mention the actual width size, right? Take it example, we have many other devices like mobile phone, tablet and laptops. So we have to mention width size for each and every one. Take it a live example. Here. See. Viewport user visible area of the web page. Take an example as this. Without using meta tag, the image won't know the actual width size. Here using the meta tag, it knows the actual width size, right? So I will take this one. Can notice here. Yeah. See, now is something like this. Now we're taking the full width. If you increasing the actual width size to initial scale is 1.0 means is actual size. If you increasing to 0.2, see how it look like. So it's now zoomable. So it's double the width right now. We have given a 2.1. It's almost double. It's yes 2. It's right now it's double width. You can see many websites we are unable to fit the size. We have to scroll it to the see the overall web page, right? This is what's the problem with without using the viewport. Those websites are not fit within mobile screen. All other screen is working fine. Next one will be title. Title is a browser tab title. We can notice here this is document, right? This is the title we have given. You can inspect here. Header. See, it has changed. We have another property called favicon, which gives the image in title. We didn't use it so far, but you can check the website, the W symbol. This is an icon. Inspect. Okay, get rid of. You can inspect here. Done. Already open. Okay, just search command F fav. See, this is the favicon. You have to give in the same name favicon.ico, which will goes to here. Okay. You guys, I will continue with next video.